South Coast.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wish to talk to you today about birthing services in the southern end of the South Coast Electorate. Approximately 7 years ago, the previous Liberal government removed birthing services at Milton Hospital on the South Coast, meaning that women have had to travel 1 hour to the north to Nowra or 1 hour and 20 minutes to the south to Moruya to give birth. Now, this was done to reduce risk. But Mr. Speaker, risk to who? The only answer has to be removing risk to the hospital, as the risk is now firmly placed on everyone else. We have the risk to the woman and her partner travelling on some of the most dangerous roads in the state. We have the risk to other drivers on the road, and we have the risk of the paramedics having to deliver babies on the side of the road, often under difficult circumstances. Ultimately, the risk is placed firmly with the mother and her baby. Now, when birthing services were removed from Milton Hospital, one of the GP obstetricians requested that she be placed on the delivery roster at Shoalhaven Hospital in Nowra to allow her to keep her skills and hours so she could continue to deliver babies. Guess what? She was denied due to budget constraints. So she advised that she would do this pro bono, no cost. This too was denied. It was obvious that the previous Liberal government did not want to ever return birthing services to Milton Hospital, and by stating risk as the reason for removing services, and then that they were unable to recruit obstetrician GPs to the area, was, in my view, all to reduce the hospital's budget. I'm of the firm opinion that the reason that the previous Liberal government removed birthing services was not about risk, it was about budgets. And it is a story that has been repeated around the state in regional areas. Remove birthing services in regional areas and centralise them. You see, Mr. Speaker, when you remove birthing services, you tend to lose many other services at a hospital. Last year, I was at a Rotary dinner in Ulladulla, and their guest that evening was a local paramedic. He was there to demonstrate a piece of equipment that was paid for by the local Rotary Club. They sold Christmas trees to raise the money for this vital piece of training equipment. Now, Mr. Speaker, this piece of equipment is a mannequin that simulates a woman giving birth when the baby's shoulders are stuck in the mother's pelvis, and it is the only one of its kind in New South Wales outside of the paramedics training facility. The local paramedics requested that this mannequin be purchased, as since birthing was removed from the local hospital at Milton, the scenario was causing much concern, as this situation happens more often than you think. And when it does happen, paramedics have approximately 7 minutes to deliver the baby to prevent any adverse outcomes. As you can imagine, this is extremely concerning for our wonderful paramedics, and the level of risk that is being placed on them is overwhelming. Just let that sink in. Paramedics placed in a position where they must deliver babies on the side of the road under difficult circumstances, and it is the local Rotary Club that has raised funds by selling Christmas trees over a 2-year period to purchase a piece of training equipment for paramedics to practice delivering babies that have their shoulders stuck. It is unbelievable. Now, Mr. Speaker, I'm the first to acknowledge that not all services are able to be viably run in all locations across the state, but more must be done to ensure that regardless of postcode, residents can seek, access and receive treatment in a timely and cost-effective manner. I am proud to be part of the Minns Labor government that is committed to doing just that and recognises the importance of first-class health services and is committed to improving the health system for all residents of New South Wales. To the residents of the South Coast Electorate, it will take time to return services to Milton Hospital, but I am working on it and I will not give up. To the residents of the South Coast, recently I met with the Area Health Service, and they have agreed for local GP obstetricians to be placed back on the roster at Shoalhaven Hospital. It's a major step forward in returning birthing services, and I will continue to work closely with the Minister and the Area Health Service to ensure that future projects such as a CT scanner and upgrades to the Cancer Care Centre will enhance facilities and care to patients and ensure more people will be able to access more health care services locally.
I call the member for Ryde.